This video is sponsored by Blue Ocean Games. You're a game dev. You see a game jam pop up and you think, this is it. This is my chance to build something amazing, to prove what I can do. But a few months later, you're staring at the code, realizing that this great idea you had in 48 hours is now a mess of spaghetti. And the dream of turning it into a full game is slowly becoming a nightmare of endless scope creep. That's because, for many aspiring indie devs, game jams are a waste of time. If you're looking to turn that game into a proper career opportunity. Now, if you're just here for fun and to experiment and to hang out with friends and build a community, then by all means, go crazy. But if you're serious about making real career-level progress from a game jam, then we need to fundamentally change how they work. Game jams are usually about exploring a cool idea under restrictive circumstances. And from an entertainment perspective, this is awesome. We've all seen those incredible YouTube videos where a game dev makes a game in a week, a day. The 24-hour horror game ones are some of my favorite, and I'm assuming that they might be some of yours. Now, the process itself is full of content, but here's the trap. A lot of devs try to continue working on these ideas after the jam is over. The core problem is that the initial game structure was never built to be a strong foundation, and trying to fix it leads to an endless string of scope creep. On top of that, it's incredibly hard to know if a game that's popular on itch.io or in a game jam community will actually appeal to a Steam audience who are paying real money for it. People might love your submission with the context that you only had 2 days to make it, but would they still love it if they had to pay for it? Or if it was a full production game? The answer usually, unfortunately, is no. So unless you're joining a game jam just for fun, it's often a massive waste of time if your goal is to create something of real value that will sell. You might get to experiment and learn, but you're not getting a clear signal on whether your idea is worth pursuing for months or years. Taking my game, for example, Powerful, my game was not built during a game jam, but it was built under the context that is similar to a game jam. I created Powerful under the context that this is something I need to get done quickly to submit it for my university course. However, the criteria that was needed, much like game jams where they give you a word or a theme, my prompt was literally just the word jump. And I built the entire game based around this word jump. And it eventually turned into what it did, a game about climbing a tower, parkouring up a skyscraper to get the ultimate energy to save the city, etc., etc. But there isn't really a lot of content built in because that's not what the game was meant for. It was meant to be submitted quickly, but I pursued it. And I fell into the trap that a lot of people do when partaking in game jam, for the sake of the career value at least. But what if there was a different kind of game jam? One that's actually designed to give you that career value? That's where the Rising Tide Challenge comes in. This video is sponsored by them, and they built a game jam that fills that value gap that I just talked about. Instead of making a full game in a few days or a week, you have over a month to create a game trailer. Now, this trailer should show what your final product would look like, and the best part, the trailers are then rated by actual Steam players and looked at by large publishers who, if they like your idea, can offer funding for its continued development. This is a game changer. You're getting feedback from the exact audience you need to sell to and under the context of a full release whilst not making the entire game. You're finding out if your idea is actually worth pursuing without spending years of your life developing a game, only to find out it won't sell. So if you're a game dev looking to see if your idea is actually worth months or years of your life and having a shot at getting a publisher's attention, then the Rising Tide Challenge is the one you need to be a part of. The link to join the challenge is in the description below, and if you have any questions, then please drop them in the comments and I will be sure to answer them. I'm looking forward to taking part in the Rising Tide Challenge myself. As a fellow indie dev, I want to see more game jams built, not just for fun, but to give solo indie devs like us a significantly better chance at finding success and avoiding years of wasted development time. This is the reason I don't partake in game jams, because often it is just for fun. And if it's just for fun, then that's perfectly fine. But I need something that is going to provide me career value, as I'm sure significant amounts of the game dev community also do. Therefore, once my game is in a state where I can create a trailer of 1 minute of gameplay, then I can put it on that and I can see if it's actually going to sell or not. However, as I said, as another disclaimer, as I said at the start, this is only relating to game jams if you want to get a career value out of them. I'm not saying that game jams are bad in the sense that they provide mountains of entertainment and they are a good thing for experimenting and getting better at the practice of indie game development itself, but they are not where you should start if you want to create a product long term. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next video. For clarification, if you're looking to join this year's Rising Tide Challenge, then submissions are already open and there is still 33 days, 3 hours, 18 minutes and 4 seconds to submit by the deadline of September the 22nd, noon PST. The link will be in the description below. I hope to see some of you there.